Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sportspark Norwich, where we're live for session number 6 of the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming 2021. We've had some tremendous races thus far today, and I have absolutely no doubt that that level, that standard of swimming shall continue over the next session. We've got the older women here, the women's 15 years and over, 400 metres freestyle to come. We've got 4 heats of that. The men's 15 years and over, 400 metres. Individual medley, we have 4 heats of that, and then we really are onto the fast and the furious with the 100 metres freestyle, the mixed 100 metres freestyle. That is going to be an explosive event, I can assure you of that, ladies and gentlemen. If you've missed any of the action from any of these sessions this weekend, if you just want to watch them back, I will remind you that, of course, we're live on YouTube, and all of these events, all of the sessions are going out on YouTube, so you can re-watch them there, catch up, a bit like BBC iPlayer, but better. And then, of course, live results are coming through via sports systems, so you're able to go and check those results for any of the sessions which have occurred over the last few days. I'm delighted for the final session then, session number 6, to welcome onto poolside our absolutely amazing officials here in Norwich. Our lead referee for this afternoon session is Jerry Metcalf. She's indeed, let's big round of applause for Jerry. Another referee on poolside is Dave Metcalf, big round of applause for Dave. Our starter for today is Stephen Christian. And I think actually we've started something really quite nice. So just at the start of the session, will we give a massive round of applause to all of the officials and the volunteers, without whom events such as this would not be possible. So thank you very much for all of your hard work in this absolutely boiling heat. So thank you very much. And I am an absolute honour to be in the commentator's chair here with Chris Maloney of the City of Norwich, who will be doing some announcing as well. We've been here since, well, I've been here since Friday afternoon. We've been here at the Swim England Festival of Swimming since Saturday morning, 8 o'clock, bright and early. So we're looking forward to having some very fast racing in the next event, which is the women's 400 metres freestyle.
And I would also like to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to Ralph Munser, who has been providing such sterling commentary throughout this weekend. So thank you very much, Ralph. But to all of those who are watching, the parents watching through the live stream who aren't able to be here today, your club needs you. They need volunteers to be timekeepers, to be team managers. If you wish to get involved with your child swimming, please consider being a judge level 1, even a judge level 2, and get involved, because it's much more fun spending the day being involved with your child swimming rather than just sitting in the balcony, hot, sweaty and bored in between races. And your child will appreciate it far more than you can ever imagine. So please consider getting involved. We need you. And so we get the final session underway with event 231, the girls 400 freestyle, heat number 1. Referee.
In lane number 1 from Stowmarket, we have Isabel Barber. In lane 2 from Basildon and Phoenix, Alexandra Mann. Charlotte Williams from Hatfield goes in lane 3. Molly Redgrave of Colchester in 4. Francesca Key of Thurrock in lane number 5. Menna Walmsley of Team Luton in lane number 6. Anna Lucia Fenner of Basildon and Phoenix in lane 7. And Romilly Marks of Newmarket in lane number 8. After the first 50 then, it looks like Alexandra Mann of Basildon and Phoenix doing very well here. Romilly Marks in lane number 8 on the other side of the pool, also doing very well, along with Charlotte Williams of Hatfield in lane number 3. We will get confirmation, of course, at the turn of the first 100 metres of this 4. Alexandra Mann in first, Charlotte Williams second, Romilly Marks in third, Francesca Key not far behind that in 4th position here. But out in front, starting to break away from the rest of the group, is Alexandra Mann and Charlotte Williams of Hatfield in lane number 2 and 3. As they come to the turn here, what's the difference between them going to be? Just under a second there between Alexandra Mann and Charlotte Williams. Francesca Key still in 3rd. Molly Redgrave holding on to 4th there for Colchester. But it is Alexandra Mann and Charlotte Williams in 2 and 3 who are leading the race, who are our main focus at this moment in time. The battle for 3rd between Molly Redgrave, Francesca Key and Menna Walmsley of Team Luton there. Menna just starting to edge in front of those other 2 girls, but our focus realigns to the turn at the halfway station. Charlotte Williams takes the lead. Alexandra Mann, Menna Walmsley in 3rd. Molly Redgrave still in 4th. Menna Walmsley looking very strong here in lane number 6. Possibly going to be an attack on the leading 2, Alexandra Mann and Charlotte Williams here. But Charlotte Williams pulling in front of Alexia Mann there. But Charlotte Williams at the turn. Williams first, Mann second, 2 seconds in between that. Menna Walmsley in 3rd, Molly Redgrave in 4th. But Charlotte Williams, the pink hat of Hatfield, really working here, starting to strengthen the gap here. Menna Walmsley of Team Luton also in contention here. Alexia Mann in lane 2, battling out here between Menna Walmsley in lane number 6 as they come on to the final 100 metres here. It is Charlotte Williams Hatfield who's going to be turning first onto her last 100, 3:36.07. Alexia Mann in second, Menna Walmsley not far behind, Francesca Key up into 4th. Menna Walmsley really starting to increase her stroke rate, increase the amount of kick that she's doing, as is Charlotte Williams. But Williams looking very comfortable here in lane number 3. Alexia Mann in lane 2 also looking quite comfy on this final 50 metres here. Charlotte Williams still in front. 3 seconds for Alexia to catch up. Menna Walmsley down into 3rd. Molly Redgrave still in 4th. But as we come into the final 25 metres here, it is going to be Charlotte Williams of Hatfield who's really starting to speed away here. That nice distance technique has started to edge into a sprint. Same Principle applies to Menna Walmsley in lane number 6, but final 5 metres here for Charlotte Williams of Hatfield. She's going to take the win in this first heat, 4:48.63. Menna Walmsley clinching second there, 4:51.20. Alexia Mann in third, 4:53.09. And Charlotte Williams had just a fantastic swim there, really focusing on that back end speed, and that's what propelled her to win this first heat of the 400 metres freestyle. And we have confirmation of those results on your screen now.
Event 231, the girls 400 metre freestyle heat number 2. Referee.
In lane 3-1 then we have Charlotte Tree of Colchester, lane 2 Sophie Payne of Hatfield, lane 3 Charlotte White of West Suffolk, lane 4 Jessica Woodward of Hatfield, Lauren Stott closely behind her in lane number 5 also of Hatfield, Abby Bardwell of Team Luton in 6 and Georgina Munday of Modernian in lane number 7. Not much in it between Jessica Woodward, Lauren Stott, Charlotte White on the seed time here, or indeed Abby Barnwell for that matter either. Jessica Woodward there turning first. Charlotte White quite closely behind. Abby Barnwell now really making an attack in the first 50 metres. Really starting to move through the water as we ends the first 100 metres of this 4. Abby Barnwell is taking the lead here. Jessica Woodward in second. Very tight between Lauren Stott and Charlotte White in 5 and 3. Abby Barnwell still in front.
Can we have all the boy competitors for the men's 400 IM to the marshalling area, please? Boys competing in the 400 IM, can you make your way to the marshalling area, please?
Jessica Woodward now starting to recover into this lane, really starting to get into a good pace for herself, one would imagine. She's going to be Charlotte White's first, Jessica Woodward not far behind her there at all, only a few milliseconds in. Abby Barnwell down to third, Lauren Stott in fourth. But certainly these 4 leading the way. Could chop and change over the next 200, but Jessica Woodward still in front. Lauren Stott making sure that she isn't keeping any of these swimmers out of her sights in lane number 5. At the turn then, coming into the final few metres before the halfway stage. Woodward in first, Barnwell second, White third, Stott fourth. Not much in it at all. 2:22, 2:23 between them. And I know I've talked about back-end speed an awful lot, and I do apologise if anyone is growing bored of it, but it's so important for events such as this. And it seems that Jessica Woodward, she is really starting to focus upon that, really starting to empty her energy reserves. But Charlotte White, Lauren Stott, not doing badly at all. Sophie Payne starting to make an appearance. She's third, so Woodward first, White second, Payne third, Stott fourth. Not much in it at all, but Jessica Woodward really starting to grow her lead, starting to separate herself from the rest of the cohort here in heat number 2 of the 400 metres freestyle. She's found a nice pace. Looks quite comfortable for her as she is about to turn on to the final 100 metres here. Really going to start speeding up One Madron, 3:35.77. Charlotte White in second, Sophie Payne in third, Lauren Stott in fourth. Not much in it there. 3:38, 3:39 for those at the back, but it is Jessica Woodward who is speeding away here in this 400 meters freestyle, really starting to improve and increase that stroke rate. Just look at that, really starting to speed away into that sprint as she comes into the turn. So she turns for 12.47 onto her final leg, and now she's going to really want to give it some welly here. Charlotte White in second, Sophie Payne still in third. Sophie Payne did a fantastic job to bring herself up to third. But it is going to be Jessica Woodward who's really speeding away now, separating that distance, reeling herself in to the block of which she just dived off only 400 meters ago. Jessica Woodward, a frantic sprint to the finish. It's going to be an incredibly strong finish here, and she's going to finish on a 4:45.98. Charlotte White's going to take second, 4:50.44. Sophie Payne, what a fantastic job she did to get into that third position there, 4:52.26. But no one could catch Jessica Woodward, Woody, who did an absolutely fantastic job there.
Confirmation of the Heat 2 results on your screens now. Event 231, the girls 400 freestyle, heat number 3. Referee.
In lane 1 from the city of Cambridge, Matilda Ransom. Lane 3, Erin Wilkinson of Basildon and Felix. Lane 4, Madeline Latimer Hicks of St. Felix School. Lane 5 of City of Peterborough, Olivia Lee. Eloise Bailey of Modernians goes in 6. Ella Turner of Basildon and Phoenix goes in 7. Ruby Greenhalgh, she's had a very busy competition over the last few days, of the City of Norwich in lane number 8. Madeline Latimer Hicks in lane number 4, first on the turn, with Ella Turner of Basildon and Phoenix really starting to put pressure on here. Ruby Greenhalgh, as I said, she's had an incredibly busy festival of swimming so far, but she is in second position here. And at the turn, it's going to be Turner, Greenhalgh, Latimer Hicks, 106.37, 105.05 for Ella Turner. For Ella Turner of Basildon and Phoenix here, doing very well indeed. Madeline Latimer Hicks and Erin Wilkinson in 4 and 3, battling it out here. Olivia Lee in lane number 5, getting into that action there, but still in the lead is Ella Turner, 140.89. Nearest competition is about 2 seconds away here. Can she maintain that lead? Is she going to increase it, or is it going to be drop off? We shall find out soon enough. But even coming into the length of which we're going to be at the halfway stage, Ella Turner looking very strong here. But at the turn then, has that lead of 2 seconds grown? 2:15.96. The next competitor, Latimer Hicks in for 2:19.66. It certainly has grown that lead for Ella Turner in lane number 7. This race certainly not following that outside the normal spearhead we would expect to see in seeded heats, but Ella Turner in lane number 7 doing very well indeed. Madeline in lane 4, trying to claw back something. Erin Wilkinson in 3. They're battling out there. Olivia Lee of Peterborough in 5, also trying to get in on some of the fun in the water. But it is Ella Turner still leading the way as we're coming into the closing stages after the final 100, of course. 10 metres to the wall, 10 metres to the turn. 105 metres to go there for Ella Turner. 3:28.31. Erin Wilkinson, her teammate from Basildon and Phoenix, 3:32.60. Latimer Hicks in lane number 4, 3:33.42. Olivia Lee still in 4th, but it is Ella Turner who is storming away here, cementing her lead. She certainly will be if on the next 50 she can just sprint away, but final few strokes until the turn. Ella Turner still in front, her teammate Erin Wilkinson in 2nd, Madeline Latimer Hicks in 3rd, Olivia Lee in 4th. Once again we're seeing the orange hat of Basildon and Phoenix doing incredibly well here, particularly on the back end speed. Ella Turner in lane number 7 is going to be taking the first position here as she comes into her final 5 metres. An incredibly strong swim from her. All of the tactics were right. The pace work was fantastic. 4:40.25. Her teammate Erin Wilkinson takes 2nd. 4:44 dead. And Madeline Latimer Hicks takes 3rd. 4:45.49. But no one could beat Ella Turner. That pacing was just absolutely phenomenal there. Had the right tactics at the right time, and it really, really paid off. Right.
And you have the results for Heat 3 on your screen.
Moving on then to event 231, the women's 400 metres freestyle timed final. In lane number 1 from the city of Cambridge, Katie Hammond. In lane number 2 from the city of St Albans, Erin O'Mara. In lane number 3 from Hatfield, Shannon Stott. In lane number 4 from the city of Peterborough, Harriet Salisbury. In lane number 5 from Basildon and Phoenix, Ruby Wheeler. In lane number 6, also from Basildon and Phoenix, Ellie Wheeler. In lane number 7 from Basildon and Phoenix, Holly Lapp. And in lane number 8 from Team Ipswich, Matilda Bogle. This is your women's 400 metres freestyle timed final. Over to you, referee. Shannon Stott had an absolutely fantastic day yesterday in the 200 metres butterfly, and it seems that she's off to a flying start here as well off of that dive. Harriet Salisbury, City of Peterborough swimmer, she seeded the fastest in this heat. 4:20.88, that's her entry time, but Shannon Stott here after the first 50, final few strokes there. So Stott in first, 29.34, the first sub 30 seconds we've got. Katie Hammond in second, Ruby Wheeler in third, Harriet Salisbury in fourth. But Shannon Stott really starting to move away from the rest of the pack here now. Ruby Wheeler, Harriet Salisbury, not letting her get away that easily though. You can just see the amount of energy in this water, the amount of effort which these ladies are putting in, but it is Shannon Stott on this first 100 who's going to be passing the the place first, 102.68, that's her split, that's a fast time. Katie Hammond, 105.32. Harriet Salisbury in third, 105.69, still all to play for here, but Shannon Stott gradually increasing her lead. The battle for second against Katie Hammond in 1, Harriet Salisbury in 4, and Ruby Wheeler in lane number 5. But at the 150 mark, it is still Shannon Stott, 135.53, who's in first position. Katie Hammond still second, Harriet Salisbury in third, not by much, mind you. Ruby Wheeler very close to that, indeed in fourth, but Shannon Stott, look at that stroke, she's found a pace, and she is doing incredibly well there as she comes into her halfway stage there. Looking quite comfortable there for Shannon as she turns at the halfway stage then. What's that split? 209.23, not a bad time at all. Who's going to be second? Harriet Salisbury in second, Ruby Wheeler takes third, Katie Hammond in fourth. Over 6 seconds though between Harriet Salisbury in lane number 4 and Shannon Stott of Hatfield in lane number 3. Can Shannon keep this up? Because if she increases her lead, she has undoubtedly cemented her time here, 2:43.45. What is going to be the distance between Shannon Stott and Harriet Salisbury? Nearly 8 seconds there, 2:50.52. Salisbury second, Wheeler third, Ellie Wheeler, her sister and teammate, in fourth. But Shannon Stott truly flying away. Every stroke she's taking is getting her closer to the wall. It's powering her through this 400 meters. With 100 meters to go, she is going to give it everything she possibly can. At the turn, 3:16.78. And you can just see with that, she's really starting to move Shannon. Harriet Salisbury still in second position. Ruby Wheeler trying to hunt her down there. Ellie Wheeler in fourth. But no one is going to be able to catch Shannon Stott, I do not believe, here at Sportspark, here in Norwich. Shannon Stott flying away. She looked incredibly strong from the start, incredibly comfortable. She found her pace, and that's those tactics, that strategy is paying off. 3:50.28. Let's take a look at Shannon's entry time. Shannon is entered on a 4:22.44. That will be the time to beat. It is only her against the clock. Lots of empty water behind her. Certainly empty water in front. She's being reeled in now into lane number 3. But she's led the way from the get-go, and she is coming into her final few meters here, final few strokes. It's going to be Shannon Stott who wins this final heat. 4:23.35. No one could get near her. Shannon Stott winning that heat. Harriet Salisbury just gets second, 4:33.68. Ruby Wheeler there, battling it out at the last second, just pipped by Harriet, 4:33.98. But as I've said, no one could catch Shannon Stott on this 400 meters freestyle. She had an incredibly strong start, as we will see from the replay here. Look at that, one of the first ones, great underwater work there. Cemented that first lead in the first few lengths. And that technique, that tactic, that stroke rate really was comfortable for her. She found her pace, and look at that. No one was in front on that last leg, and a very, very strong finish indeed. So congratulations, Shannon. Congratulations to all the athletes, and the official results for heat number 4, the timed final of the women's 400 meters freestyle, are on your screen now, ladies and gentlemen.
And so we move on to event 232, the boys 15 and over 400 metre individual medley. Heat number 1, referee.
It is the turn then of the men for the 400 metres individual medley. Only 3 swimmers in this first heat of the 400 IM. In lane 3, William Buckley of Watford. Lane 4, Jamie Joshua of Hatfield. And in lane 5, Oliver Blight of Hatfield. It's almost like being back at Hertfordshire County Champs, ladies and gents. William Buckley in first, Jamie Joshua second, Oliver Blight in third. 31, 32, 33. Is that going to be the order of who touches first, second and third? We shall see, but Jamie Joshua of Hatfield certainly giving William Buckley a run for his money here. Oliver Blight though certainly not letting any of them out of their sights. It's all very tight here on the first 100 metres butterfly as they come into the final few strokes of that. Joshua in first, Blight in second, Buckley in third. Their coaches will know which strokes they're better at, which strokes they're not so fantastic at. And this really can make or break an individual medley, particularly for the older swimmers, as we will possibly see later on. But it is still Jamie Joshua of Hatfield who's winning. William Buckley of Watford in 3, just overtaking Oliver Blight. But it is still relatively close, relatively tight on this first heat of the 400 metres individual medley. William Buckley of Watford, bearing in mind he turned third on the fly. He is now chasing down Jamie in lane number 4. Oliver Blight starting to slip a little in lane number 5, but if he's a good breaststroker, he could make up this lost ground. But Jamie Joshua of Hatfield still in front. As they come into the final 5 metres here of this 100 backstroke leg. Jamie Joshua still in first, William Buckley second, Oliver Blight in third. Looking at that stroke end, all of them look like they've got the right idea. They're making sure to glide out their stroke, lengthen it out, try to conserve as much energy as possible whilst also propelling themselves through the water. But Oliver Blight starting to come back into the fray here in lane number 5. Breaststroke is obviously one of his good ones. As they come to that 5 metre mark on the other side of the pool, it's going to be William Buckley who takes first position, not by a lot. Jamie Joshua in second, Oliver Blight back up into third. But it is neck and neck here in Norwich between Jamie Joshua and William Buckley. But Oliver Blight, goodness me, all 3 of them at neck and neck. Oh, goodness me, the freestyle is going to be the decider of this race. But Oliver Blight looking like he's just inching in front, and indeed he is, as we are going to see on the 5 metre camera. So Oliver Blight, what a fantastic breaststroke leg from him. William Buckley in second, Jamie Joshua down into third. Still all to play for, there's only a few seconds in it. A strong freestyler will be able to perhaps overtake, but Oliver Blight still managing to hold on to that first position. Jamie Joshua, William Buckley in very, very close competition indeed. But there's not much in it at all, as we're about to see on the turn of the final 50 metres to go, where undoubtedly these boys are going to be absolutely chuffed to be near the finish. Jamie Joshua retakes first, William Buckley in second, Oliver Blight into third, and my goodness me, ladies and gents, this is a close one. Jamie Joshua still in first position, but teammate Oliver Blight on his right-hand side starting to come up. William Buckley also not letting him out of his sight. The two boys from Hatfield, Jamie Joshua and Oliver Blight, William Buckley of Watford joining in here. It's going to be very, very tight. It's going to be a fingernail biting finish here as they come into the final 5 meters. It's going to be one of the Hatfield boys. It's going to be Jamie Joshua of Hatfield who takes the first position, 5:24.52. Oh, goodness me, his teammate Oliver Blight takes second, 5:24.58.06 in that. My goodness, that was close there. But congratulations to all of those athletes in the first heat as we...
Event 232, this is the boys 400 metre individual medley, heat number 2, referee.
Well, one would say that this appears to be the heat of the Daniels. We have 4 of them in this one, but our first competitor in lane number 2 is Christopher Howe of the City of Cambridge, Daniel McGuinness of Basildon and Phoenix in lane 3, Daniel Ord in lane 4 from Watford, Jack Barnard in Potters Bar in 5, Daniel Clayton in 6 from Team Ipswich, and in 7, Daniel Kendall of the City of Ely. I think we're going to be using surnames for this, not to confuse anyone who might be watching at home. But it's looking like a very good swim from Ord in lane number 4. Clayton of Team Ipswich in 6. Really moving now. He's having a very strong butterfly leg here. Final 10 meters then on this fly leg. And then of course we go on to the backstroke. But it is going to be Clayton of Team Ipswich in 6. Who touches first, 105.61. Not much between Ord and McGuinness, second and third. Barnard in 5, 109.46 in 4th position there. But still in front thus is Clayton in lane number 6. Ord and McGuinness battling it out here for 2nd position. All of these boys looking very close indeed on this 2nd heat of the 400 metres individual medley. And as you can see as we transfer over to the turn camera, lane number 3, Daniel McGuinness takes 1st position, Clayton in 2nd, Ord in 3rd. McGuinness really starting to show what stroke he's best at. Backstroke is certainly that, coming up from about 3rd to 1st at this moment in time. Clayton and Ord doing their best here, but as we've seen, breaststroke is often the maker or breaker of individual medley swimmers. It certainly was one of the makers of the mixed 4x1 medley in Tokyo, but back to Norwich. McGuinness in 1st, Clayton in 2nd, Ord in 3rd. Daniel McGuinness really starting to move now, widening and strengthening that gap between himself and Ord and Clayton. Clayton really starting to move with his competitor McGuinness in his sights, but McGuinness is doing very well to hold him off as he comes into the turn end of the pool. McGuinness still in first, a very strong swim for him here. Looking like a very comfortable lead going into the freestyle. Look at that stroke rate, it's very, very fast for the 100 meters. Lots of power coming from the legs, but also an awful lot of motion in the arms. Clayton in 2nd, Ord in 3rd, but that lead is going from strength to strength here. McGuinness in lane number 3. He didn't have an amazingly strong fly leg. He was about third or fourth or fifth possibly. But now look at him, he is absolutely flying. 3:51.56 here. He is almost certainly going to be taking the first position here. Clayton managing to get enough distance here into second as he turns onto the freestyle leg. Ord in lane number 4 of Watford. In third, he's chased down, hunted down by Christopher Howe of the City of Cambridge. But back out in front, we look at Daniel McGuinness of Basildon and Phoenix, who's coming in to turn onto his final length of this 400 metres individual medley, of which he has stunned, I'm sure, his coaches. Just to remind you, Daniel McGuinness' entry time 5:10.50, looking very comfortable here for him as he's speeding down into the final 25 metres here. Not much at all, literally no one to be seen behind him at all. Daniel McGuinness, final 5 metres here. It's been an exceptional and tremendous swim for him. He's going to be taking the touch, an incredibly strong finish there. 5 minutes, 0.67. That is a personal best of around 10 seconds. Absolutely extraordinary. 6 is going to be Daniel Clayton of Team Ipswich, 5:12.93. In third position then is going to be very, very tight here between Ord and Howe, but I think Howe is just going to be able to get it. And indeed he does. 5:26.63. And that concludes heat number 2 of the men's 400 metres individual medley.
Event 232, the boys 15 and over 400 metre individual medley, heat number 3. Referee.
Thorux Nikita Charlinkin in lane 2, Olivia Vadrin of the City of Norwich in 3, William Tozer of West Suffolk in 4, Joseph Wells of West Norfolk in lane 5, Mark Milburn of Colchester in 6, Zach Trahame of City of Peterborough in 7, and in lane 8, Matthew Mooney of the City of Cambridge. Not much in it at the turn at all there. 4 athletes, Charlinkin, Vidrin, Tozer and Wells, 2, 3, 4 and 5, all battling it out here on that fly length. Wouldn't surprise me if some of them touch almost simultaneously. Charlinkin in first position there, but not much, 104s on the board there. But Nikita in lane number 2 really starting just to inch ahead here. Mark Milburn of Colchester in lane 6 getting some of the action. Olivier in lane 3 of the City of Norwich. Possibly in about third position here. But Mark Milburn, a fantastic backstroke first 50 from here. From him. Second position, Olivier in lane number 3, he's third. William Tozer in 4th. The backstroke really has changed the differentials of this race indeed. Mark Milburn now in first position here. Mark in lane number 6. Wasn't in the top 3 after the fly. He's certainly going to be in the top 3 now. The top 1. But Mark Milburn is going to be turning first. Nikita in second. Matthew Mooney of the City of Cambridge in third. Breaststroke is going to be the decider Can swimmers such as Olivier, Joseph Wells, William, can they speed up? Can they overtake Mark Milburn, Nikita and Matthew in 6, 2 and 8? A fantastic leg here from Olivier in lane number 3. He certainly is a strong breaststroker. He's certainly increasing his positioning here, but it is still Mark Milburn of Colchester who's in the lead. Not for very long, it would seem, though. Olivier into really starting to put on the pressure here. Nikita falling back into 3rd position here, but it is Olivier. Look at that stroke, it's almost perfect. Really getting some fantastic speed from those arms. Great speed from the legs as well. That propulsion pushing him forward, going to ensure that he is going to be fully ready for the 100-meter freestyle. Mark Milburn not letting him get off lightly though. As they come to the final 10 meters then, it is Olivier who is going to be turning first. Mark Milburn in a very close second here indeed. Who is the fastest freestyler here in this 400 meters individual medley? Is it Mark or is it Olivier? Is it Colchester? Is it the city of Norwich? We will find out. Mark just pulling in front here. Olivier not far behind at all. It's neck and neck. Olivier just looks like he's pulling in front at this moment. 3:41.29 was the time. Not much in it at all. Only about 0.19 of a second. Indeed, I can hear coaches going, oh, it's going to be close. Olivier is just in front. Mark Milburn, 0.06 of a second behind. It's going to be a fingernail finish here. Olivier just in front. Mark Milburn giving it his very, very best here. It is neck and neck, but Mark is just starting to move in front of Olivier here. Final few meters now, final 10 meters. It is going to be, they're going to be giving it their all here. It looks like Mark Milburn is about to recover though. He's going to be touching him first, just managing to get that. 4:48.02, 4:49.94 for Olivier in lane number 3. Mark Milburn there though, he just, on that last turn, really started to move. Just had a little bit more in the tank than Olivier, but that was an absolutely superb swim. Nikita still in 3rd, 4:59.16, and I'd imagine both of their coaches there incredibly happy with that swim. And the confirmed results there for heat number 3 of the 400 meters individual medley. Event 232, the men's 400 meters individual medley times final. In lane number 1 from the city of St Albans, William Luffman. In lane number 2 from Basildon and Phoenix, Jack Turrell. In lane number 3 from Team Ipswich, Joe Cooper. In lane number 4 from West Norfolk, Nathan Wells. In lane 5 from West Suffolk, Miles Turner. In lane 6 from West Norfolk, Freddie Laws. In lane 7 from Adonian, Jack Sangster. And in lane number 8 from the city of Peterborough, George Whiteman. Ladies and gentlemen, the men's 400 meters individual medley timed final. Referee. This one is going to be explosive, ladies and gents. Nathan Wells in lane 4, out of the block incredibly quickly there. Onto the fly length, followed very tightly by Joe Cooper and Miles Turner in 3 and 5. At the turn then, it's definitely going to be sub 30 seconds. Wells in front, Cooper in second, Turner third, Terrell fourth, Loveman in fifth. Those top four going sub 30 seconds here, but Nathan Wells still in front. Joe Cooper trying to beat him on this, as is Miles Turner in lane at number 5. But that is Nathan Wells, who's powering away on this butterfly length. What a fantastic length he has had. Wells first, 101.08. Cooper second, 101.83. Turner 0.01 behind him there. When you get to this level, it's just milliseconds, not that much at all between them. But Nathan Wells still leading the way in lane number 4 on the backstroke length. Miles Turner looking like he's gaining some ground upon Joe Cooper on this backstroke. The Vuvuzela of Team Ipswich encouraging Joe Cooper in lane number 3 on, but it's Nathan Wells, Turner second, Cooper third. Nathan Wells though, a very strong performance from him. Miles Turner trying to get that ground here, not much in it though, only about half a metre. Miles Turner starting to overtake Nathan Wells here on this backstroke length. It's neck and neck at the moment. It looks like Miles Turner might just have an inkling in front here as they turn at the halfway stage onto the breaststroke length. Who is the faster breaststroker? Miles Turner first, Nathan Wells in second, Joe Cooper still in third. Miles Turner really shifting well. Nathan Wells looking a little bit tired here in lane number 4. Miles Turner really starting to make headroom on this breaststroke length. Joe Cooper coming back strongly in lane at number 3, but Miles Turner really starting to speed away here from Nathan Wells in 4. He's going to come up onto the turn first. 252.11 there. Joe Cooper goes into second. 255.39. Nathan Wells slightly behind that. But Miles Turner, look at that stroke. A fantastic stroke for a 100 length in an individual medley here. Really starting to move. Lots of propulsion, lots of kick. Moving him forward. Making sure that he's cementing his lead on this breaststroke length. He's coming into his final turn on this end before the finish. Turner 3 minutes, 0.31. 0.86 there. Cooper still in second. Nathan Wells slipping down to third. But it's Miles Turner who is speeding in front here. Every stroke he takes on this is moving him forward, cementing his lead here, and he is going to be looking for a medal, but he's also going to be looking to beat his personal best here. 4:27.07. It's going to be very tight here on the last 50, but Miles Turner still in front, Joe Cooper in second, Nathan Wells still in third, but Miles Turner, that backstroke really ensured that he had a breakout. The breaststroke was brilliant, and the freestyle, he is flying here at the Festival of Swimming. But he's coming into his final 5 meters now. Him against the clock, aiming to have a strong finish, and he does. 4:37.22. Joe Cooper of Team Ipswich manages to secure second, 4:43.55. Nathan Wells in 4:46.46 there. But Miles Turner, the backstroke, as we said, really pushed him forward, made sure that he had a breakout. The breaststroke was brilliant, and then the freestyle just made sure that he cemented it. Looking very, very tired, exhausted, shattered there, but as we'll see on this, a really good start there for all of those athletes. Nathan Wells was leading on the fly, but Turner and Cooper weren't letting him get there. that backstroke, as we said, that was a breakout moment for him. The breaststroke just helped him to get in front, and that freestyle was just cementing that lead there, and what a finish that was. Looking very tired after that indeed, but the final results up on your scoreboard now. And that concludes session 6A. We look forward to welcoming our athletes back for the 100 meters freestyle, the fast and the furious. So please join us then very, very shortly indeed. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 6th and final session of the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming 2021. Now, over the course of the last 2 days, we have had some absolutely tremendous swims here at Sportspark, Norwich. But it is time for the fast and the furious, the 100 meters freestyle, the mixed 100 meters freestyle, of which will be going like lightning speed. Usain Bolt maybe in the athletics, Adam Peaty in the breaststroke, in the swimming. And if anyone else can name another Olympic athlete, because my head and brain is not functioning at this moment of time, please feel free to. But that 100 meters freestyle will go incredibly quickly, but it is a great privilege to welcome onto poolside our tremendous, amazing volunteers and officials. Our referee for today, our lead referee, is Jerry Metcalf. Jerry is joined, indeed, thank you very much, timekeeper in lane number 5. Jerry is joined on the poolside by Dave Metcalf, who will be acting as the second referee. Our starter for today is Stephen Christian. And I think, we've already done this, but I think it would be only fitting, only just, only right that we give another round of applause to our fantastic officials and volunteers. The last year and a half have been tough. We haven't had any swimming competitions, we haven't had swimming galas, but because of these individuals, we're able to have this, and we are back. We are incredibly great to be back here in Norwich, and of course at the London Aquatics Centre next weekend. And for the final half of this final session, I am delighted to be joined in the commentary box by Chris Maloney of the City of Norwich, who has done an absolutely fantastic and sterling job over the last 2 days, giving some commentary, doing the announcements. So thank you very much for your commitment and dedication, and of course earlier on your comments about how volunteers really do make swimming. It is so true, and of course it is incredibly appreciated by all. But back to the swimming, the 100 meters freestyle, if we could have the first few heats up for that, and then we will be homeward bound very, very shortly.
So just before we do get this final event underway, can I remind all the swimmers that this is a Lucky Lanes event. So keep your ears open at the completion of each heat. to find out whether you have been a spot prize winner. So we get underway with event 233, the mixed 100 metre freestyle, heat number 1, referee.
The final event then of a truly outstanding weekend of swimming here at Sportspark Norwich. In lane number 1, Lily Herring, lane 2, Lila Lello, lane 3, Lily Hills, lane 4, Daisy Trump Dawes. In lane 5, Isabella Stratton Thompson, lane 6, Daisy Stimston, and in lane 7, Makwaba Matwasa. At the turn then, Turp Dawes in first, Stratton Thompson in second, Hills in third, coming down onto the final 50, the final home straight here. It's looking like a very, very, very confident swim from Stratton Thompson in lane number 5 of Colchester. She's joined by Daisy Turnip Dawes in 4. Neck and neck here though. And it's going to be incredibly close as they come into their final 5 metres here. It just looks like Daisy in lane number 4 is just inching in front here. And at the touch then, who's going to be taking the win? And it's going to be Stratton Thompson in lane number 5, 1:14.30. Some great performances there from those swimmers, including our 2 para swimmers here, Lily Herring and Makwaba Mpazasa in both of Norwich Swan.
Event 233, the mixed 100 freestyle, heat number 2, referee.
In 1, Francesca Barber, 2, Charlie Juice, 3, Gabriella Troman, 4, Ashton Blake, 5, Megan Clark, 6, Isaac Robertson, 7, Scarlett Mercer, and in 8, Molly Burrows. A very strong start here from Ashton in lane number 4. He's flanked by Gabriella and Megan in 3 and 5. Megan Clark starting to get very, very close here to Ashton at the turn. It's going to be Ashton Blake first, Gabriella Troman in second, Francesca Barber in third, Megan Clark fourth. Not much in it though here. On the outside lane though, Francesca Barber doing a fantastic job here. With Gabriella in lane number 3, just pulling in front of both Ashton and Megan in 4 and 5. But out on the outside lane, in lane number 8, Molly Burrows also seems to be doing an absolutely sterling job here. As they come into the final 10 metres there, it's going to be incredibly close on the touch. It looks like Gabriella Troman of Colchester just going to get that touch here. And she does 1:12.18, but certainly not challenged. Challenged by Molly Burrows in second and Megan Clark in third.
And that was a Lucky Lanes event, and our lucky winner in lane 3 is Gabriella Troman. You win a prize, well done. Event 233, the mixed 100 freestyle heat number 3. Referee.
In lane 1, Nicole Taylor. Lane 2, Amber Flitton. 4 is Lee Morell. 5, Henry Martin. Jana Mohammed in 6. Kyber Patel in 7. And Annabelle Kett in lane number 8. A strong start here from Annabelle Kett of the city of Peterborough in lane number 8. As they come to the halfway stage here, still looks like Annabelle is in the lead, closely followed by Lily Morell and Henry Martin. Annabelle Kett's in front, Henry Martin second, Flitton third, Taylor fourth. As to be expected, not much in it at all. In the 100 metres freestyle by Annabelle Kett, gradually moving in front here. She had a really good start, and I believe she's going to have a really fantastic finish here. She's in front, pulling out strides here, but Kyber Patel of Potters Bar on her left-hand side, as is Henry Martin of Hatfield. But it's going to be Annabelle Kett of the city of Peterborough who takes the first position here, 110.91. Henry Martin in second, 111.55, and Kyber Patel in third, 112.112.
Event 233, the mixed 100 freestyle heat number 4. Referee.
In lane 1, Samuel Chamberlain. Lane 2, Charlize Harding. Lane 3, Ernest Jevanu. Lane 4, Victoria Machek. Lane 5, Brandon McDonald-Williams. Lane 6, Bethany Rumsby. Lane number 7, Berkeley Branicoat. And in lane 8, Alicia Morton. A very, very strong start from Brandon indeed in lane number 5 of Potters Bar. Way ahead of the field. 31.980 turns, 2 seconds behind Victoria in lane 2. Ernest is in third position here, but it does seem that Brandon McDonald-Williams of Bishop Stortford here flying away from the rest of the pack. Victoria in lane number 4 doing her absolute best to try and beat him, but there will be no beating Brandon McDonald-Williams of Bishop Stortford here. He is had a really strong start. He's going to have a fantastic finish here. Final few meters for him, final few strokes. And that is going to be a 107.55, I believe the first sub 110 that we've had this afternoon, so congratulations to him.
And that was another Lucky Lanes heat. Our lucky winner in lane 8, Alicia Morton from Basildon Phoenix. Congratulations, you have a prize. Event 233, the mixed 100 freestyle heat number 5. Referee.
In 1, Evan Aldridge. 2, Reese Burns. 3 is Oscar Shawani. 4, Kieran Lee. 5, Boo Riley. 6, Jemima Cross. 7 is Ella Greatbatch. And in 8 is Kira Broad. Oscar Shawani in lane number 3, taking the lead. He has had a very busy past few days, as have many of the swimmers in heat number 5 of the 100 meters freestyle. At the turn then, Reese Burns just pipping Oscar into first. Oscar in second, Kian Lee in third. Coming down onto the home straight here, it still is Reese Burns in lane number 2 of Witham Dolphins. In the lead only by a fingernail, with Oscar Shawani in lane number 3, really coming back, as is Kian Lee and Bew Riley. It's going to be incredibly close here as we come to the final 25 meters here. Bew Riley really starting to power through, but Kian Lee and Oscar Shawani battling it out here. Final few meters here, and Oscar Shawani is going to be taking the first position, 106.91. So close in that heat there.
Event 233, the mixed 100 freestyle, heat number 6, referee.
One has no doubt that the Peterborough coaches are going to be very busy in this one. In lane 1, Tane Phillips, 2, Olivia Minette, 4, Oliver Baskerville, 5, Chloe Costa, 6, Luke Morley, 7, Shanid Mohammed, and in lane 8, Isla Fullock Holmes. 3 swimmers of the city of Peterborough in this one, 2 of Hatfield. And at the turn then, who is going to be first? Olivia Minette in first, Tane Williams in second, Oliver Baskerville in second. But all very tight here at the top. Olivia Minette in lane number 3, Oliver Baskerville in 4. A strong performance here from Luke Morley of Hitchin in lane number 6. Shad Mohammed in 7, also doing very well here. Very similar to the last heat, he's all going to be on the finish. And it's going to be Olivia who takes the gold here. Oliver Baskerville in second, with Luke Morley in third. What a finish there, not much in it at all.
Event 233, the mixed 100 freestyle, heat number 7, referee.
Elizabeth Wright goes in 1, lane 2, Natalie Taylor, 3, Jack Swindell, 4, Laura Traham, 5, Samuel Jeffrey, 6 is Beatrice Gibbs, 7, Oliver Pike, and 8, Kirsty Neal. City of Norwich's Oliver Pike in lane number 7, really being the true leader in this one. At the turn though, is it going to be able to hold up, or will he slip down? We'll find out. Natalie Taylor in first, Oliver Pike in second, Jack Swindell in third. Not much in it though, 30s, 31s in this event, but Natalie Taylor in lane number 2, doing very well here, but a strong recovery here from Oliver Pike of the City of Norwich in lane number 7. He's really starting to move through the water here. As he comes into his final 10 meters, it's going to be Oliver Pike of the City of Norwich who takes the win in this heat here. 102.73. He will be absolutely chuffed with that swim. Natalie Taylor in second and Samuel Jeffrey in third.
Event 233, the mixed 100 freestyle, heat number 8, referee.
In 1, Vanessa Simonova. Lane 2, Emma Fields. 3 is George Grimwood. 4, James Williamson. Noah Mann is in 5. Imola Josa in 6. Samuel Black in 7. And Jacob Hayes in lane number 8. James Williamson has had a very, very busy championships here indeed. But he's still looking strong through the water as he comes into the first 50 metre of this 100 halfway stage. James Williamson first, George Grimwood second, Noah Mann in third. Coming down onto the final straight here, George Grimwood trying to recover some ground here, but James Williamson going from strength to strength with every single stroke. Look at that stroke there. Incredibly befitting of a sprinter, a 100 metre freestyle heat here at the Festival of Swimming. But James Williamson of the City of Cambridge is going to do, like he has done before, 59.91. He's taking the first position there, the first time this competition we've gone sub 1 minute. So congratulations to James.
And as a second prize for him, he is the winner of a Lucky Lane prize. So James Williamson, lane 4, you win a prize. Event 233, the mixed 100 freestyle heat number 9. Referee.
These swimmers will have seen that impressive 1 minute barrier being broken in the last heat, and they'll be aiming to do the same. Mesha Tread Evans in 1, Greta Goddard in 2, Gagan Singh in 3, James Peacock 4, Nathan Birkenough in 5, Rosalind Sloans in 6, Ella Rose Lyon in 7, and Isabel Barber in lane number 8 here in Norwich. That 1 minute barrier, a really impressive barrier, a really tough one to beat, but once you do it once, it's much easier the next time. Greta Goddard in first, James Peacock second, Gagan Singh in third here. Greta of Colchester in lane number 2. Having a strong swim here, but being just overtaken by Nathan Birkenough and James Peacock in lanes 5 and 4. James just behind Nathan in lane number 5. Nathan really powering through the last few metres here. His last few strokes, a strong finish from him. And it is 101.42. James Peacock in second, 101.81. And Gagan Singh gets a third position there, 102.08.
And James Peacock, you too are a Lucky Lane winner in lane 4. Someone will bring you a prize. Event 233, the mixed 100 freestyle heat number 10. Referee.
In 1, Benjamin Rigler. Lane 2, Joshua Ellis. 3 is Jack Abram. 4, Emma Crookshanks. 5, Jack Barnard. 6, James Benton. 7, Richard Vansen. And in lane 8, Harry Stagg here, but a clear leader all for the start. Jack Abram in lane number 3 of the City of Norwich. Richard Vanstone of Chesham. Chelsea, I do apologise. Jack Abram first. Benjamin Rigler second, Richard Vanston in third here, but a very strong swim from Jack Abram of the City of Norwich. Benjamin Rigler in lane number 1 is in contention though for taking it back. Jack seems to have spotted him, started to pick up the pace a little bit perhaps as he comes into his final 10 metres now. It is going to be Jack Abram of the City of Norwich who takes the first position here in lane number 3. He's going to do a sub 1 minute. Well done to him, 58.51. Benjamin in lane number 1 also goes a sub 1 minute with a 59.59. So congratulations to those two chaps for going sub 1 minute, and of course all of those athletes in that heat. This truly is the fast and the furious, the mixed 100 meters freestyle timed final. In lane number 1, from West Suffolk, Luca Page. In lane number 2, from Stonemarket, Matthew Brown. In lane number 3 of Deborah, James Rowley. In lane 4 from Potter's Bar, Adam Martin. In lane 5 from Helsted, Kai Adams. In lane 6 from Hatfield, Anand Shanani. In lane number 7 from the city of St Albans, Ethan Iblaw Chapman. And in lane number 8 from the city of Cambridge, Christopher Williamson. This is your mixed 100 meters freestyle timed final. Over to you, referee. All of these athletes scheduled to go sub 1 minute here. Ethan Iblaw Chapman in lane number 7 up first. But it's James Rowley and Adam Martin in lane number 4 who's speeding away here. Kai Adams in 5, battling it out between Adam Martin in lane 4 of Potter's Bar. Kai Adams just in front here as they're coming on to the turn. Indeed, the only turn here. Adams first, Martin second, Page in third. Not much in it there, 0.5 between Adams and Martin, but it does look like Kai Adams is in the front here, in the lead, in lane number 5. Adam Martin desperately trying to retake some ground, and it does look like Kai Adams is going incredibly strong here. That stroke is just befitting of a freestyle sprinter. Kai Adams is going to come in here, he's going to take the touch quite comfortably, 54.85. Adam Martin missing out there, even though desperately trying to come back, 55.77. And Luca Page in lane number 1, he goes an outside stormer, 57.97. Look at that replay there, not much in it on the start, but Kai Adams speeding away here, and it was not that close, to be honest. Kai Adams touching, certainly not close for a 50-meter 100-meter freestyle, and the official results there for that final heat. And ladies and gentlemen, what that does is that concludes the session 6 of the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming. Just a massive thank you once again to all of our officials, all of our volunteers. This event could not have been possible without you. Of course, thank you to the coaches and the swimmers who have got back into the water after quite a long time, who have actually raced, and many of whom have done absolutely fantastic times here. I look forward to welcoming you back to the next weekend of the Festival of Swimming at the London Aquatic Centre, which has so much history behind it. The legacy of London 2012, inspire a generation. These swimmers certainly were inspired, and I'm sure they'll be inspired by what's going on in Tokyo at the moment at the Olympic Games. Just a reminder that all of the live streams which have been streamed over the last weekend are available on the Swim England East Region YouTube channel, as are the results. They're available online. And it leaves me just to say, I wish that everyone a very, very safe journey home, whether you're here in Norwich or indeed watching on the live stream. I've been Ralph Munster, and this has been the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming Weekend 1. Have a lovely evening.